Outside of an emergency declaration, outdoor shelters would not be allowed in parks.
That was one of the proposed amendments Portland City Council heard Wednesday. It's part of a series of amendments to proposed code changes meant to address Portland's homeless crisis. It's called the Sheltered Housing Continuum Proposal. Over the last several weeks, Council has heard a lot of public testimony on the effort. The majority centered on a proposal that would allow nonprofits and agencies to set up temporary organized camps, similar to the Kenton Women's Shelter, in open space zones. That includes Portland parks.
We need to set some sort of standards. This is completely out of control. I beg you, please clean up the camps.
Put yourself in the shoes of a houseless neighbor. What would it mean to you to have a safe place to sleep, secure your belongings, a place with access to hygiene and cooking facilities, and a place where you can make and find community and support?
Council considered all testimony before voting unanimously to take parks and open spaces off the table.
This was not the preferred option nor intention, and rather our focus should be on permanency solutions. And we need to look at available city-owned land for these potentially permanent sites.
I hope that this amendment provides a reassurance to concerned community members. I vote aye.
I agree with my colleagues that natural and environmentally sensitive areas are not appropriate for this purpose.
Council did not get through all the proposed amendments today. They'll pick it up again April 14th. That's when they'll consider allowing shelters on institutional sites like churches. Catherine Cook, KGW News.